Have you ever met someone whose mind seems different? Not louder, not more confident, just quietly sharper. They notice patterns other people miss. They ask questions that make everyone else pause. History shows us that truly brilliant minds often share a subtle, yet profound, set of characteristics. Today, we will explore 5 such traits that separate genius from ordinary intelligence. Habits you might already possess or cultivate. Brilliance often comes from a collection of mental habits, ways of perceiving the world, and engaging with it, that are far more subtle than raw processing power. These are not inherited gifts, as much as practiced disciplines. The remarkable thing is, some of these traits might already exist in your own thinking, waiting to be sharpened. We will uncover these traits and see how Stoic philosophy provides a timeless framework for understanding and developing them. The first trait is something simple, yet powerful. Insatiable curiosity, not casual curiosity, which is easily satisfied, but a deep, restless desire to understand, to peel back layers, to question beyond the first most obvious explanation. Brilliant minds are driven by a need to observe, investigate, and explore what lies beneath the surface of what is commonly accepted. Think of Leonardo da Vinci. His notebooks were filled not just with artistic masterpieces, but with meticulous observations of anatomy, fluid dynamics, botany, and engineering. He asked why birds flew, how water behaved, and what lay beneath human skin. His genius was not only in his artistic skill, but in his relentless, childlike wonder that never ceased questioning the world. He did not settle for merely seeing. He demanded to understand. How often do we allow ourselves to remain curious in our daily lives, rather than rushing toward quick answers or accepting surface-level explanations? The second trait is less comfortable, especially in a world that often rewards conformity. It is the courage to think independently. Brilliant minds are not afraid to question accepted ideas, challenge dogma, or pursue lines of inquiry that others dismiss as impractical or even absurd. This often means standing alone when the prevailing opinion is against them. Consider Marie Curie. In an era when science was dominated by men, and few believed in her ideas about radioactivity, she persevered. She did not seek approval. She sought truth. Despite skepticism and resistance, she meticulously pursued her research, guided by evidence and an unshakable belief in her methods. The Stoic philosophers respected this kind of independence, the commitment to one's own reasoned judgment rather than the fickle opinions of the crowd. How often do we allow the fear of judgment to steer us away from our rational conclusions? The third trait is seeing connections others miss. Truly brilliant minds can bridge seemingly unrelated domains. Most people operate within their specific fields, compartmentalizing knowledge. Brilliant minds can look at 2 disparate ideas, concepts, or technologies, and envision how they might combine to create something new and powerful. Steve Jobs was a master of this. He connected technology, aesthetics, and human psychology to create innovations that felt profoundly human. He did not invent the computer or the MP3 player, but he saw how elements from different industries could come together. Calligraphy, Eastern spirituality, intuitive user interfaces, and minimalist design. He created products that were elegant and functional. This was not just technical skill, it was a profound ability to synthesize. How often do we explore ideas outside our usual fields, looking for unexpected bridges? The fourth trait is learning from failure. Brilliant minds fail often, but they respond differently. Failure is information and feedback. Thomas Edison tested thousands of filaments before discovering a working light bulb. he said. "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work for them." Setbacks are steps toward insight. This perspective is deeply Stoic. Obstacles are not hindrances to virtue, but opportunities to develop resilience, patience, and ingenuity. Every experiment, successful or not, brought Edison closer to the solution. When confronted with setbacks, do we succumb to discouragement, or do we adapt the brilliant mindset that sees every error as a step forward? The fifth trait is intellectual humility. The readiness to learn and adapt. Brilliant minds understand the vastness of knowledge and the limits of their own understanding. They are not wedded to initial theories or proud of current expertise. Instead, they remain open to new evidence, willing to revise their beliefs, and even admit when they are wrong. This is not weakness. It is a profound strength that allows for continuous growth and accurate perception. Consider Charles Darwin. His initial observations led him to propose the theory of natural selection. Yet throughout his life, he meticulously gathered opposing evidence and welcomed criticism. He constantly refined his arguments based on new data and insights. He remained intellectually curious and open to revision, allowing his understanding to evolve, even on matters as profound as the origin of species. The Stoics often spoke about this perspective, the commitment to one's faculty of judgment, to perceive things as they truly are, undistorted by ego or preconception. How often do we cling to existing beliefs simply because they are ours, instead of remaining open to being corrected and learning anew? So, there you have it. 5 traits that frequently appear in brilliant minds: insatiable curiosity, courage to think independently, seeing connections others miss, learning from failure, and intellectual humility. None of them are magical. They are habits. They are choices. They are ways of engaging with the world that can be cultivated and strengthened through deliberate practice. The Stoic philosophers believed that wisdom was not reserved for a small group of enlightened sages, but was a pursuit accessible to anyone committed to reason, virtue, and self-improvement. Brilliance may not be as rare as we imagine. It often lies dormant within us, obscured by fear, conformity, or lack of self-awareness. It is not about being born with an extraordinary gift, but about consistently nurturing these 5 fundamental approaches to thought and experience. Which of these traits do you recognize in yourself, or wish to cultivate more deeply? Share your reflections in the comments below. If this discussion resonated with you, subscribe to Modern Stoic Wisdom for more insights on applying timeless philosophy to modern life. Sometimes the path to brilliance begins simply by noticing how you think. May your pursuit of wisdom be a brilliant one. Thank you for watching.